him a little bit to recognize my mic.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Oh, shit. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yay. Let's get it, y'all. We gotta share these links first.
Yeah.
Make sure everything sounds good.
Yeah,
Give people a chance to come into the club.
Yeah.
Gotta peel that rope back.
I'm not even with this shit today. Let's get it popping,
You
man.
with the shits? You wanna kick us off?
We don't need no kickoff. Let's get to the shit.
Relax. I got
No.
a program to run here.
Ah,
Got a program to run here, man.
no.
Alex is on his Capitol Hill shit.
I'm playing defense today.
Just want to see what's going on in there, guys. That's all. I just want to see what's going on in there. I do think that half the people, I'm not gonna lie, I think half the people that went there did just want to see what it looked like on the inside. They're like, yeah, I'll never know.
They saw what it looked like. All right.
Whoa. I mean, yes, that's part of it, but that's not.
I think half of them were like, "Yo,
reason," because you can get a fucking tour, I'm sure.
Yeah, but not like that, dude. That tour was like,
not like,
like, yo, how much I gotta pay to put my feet on Nancy Pelosi's
You with the
desk?
feet on the desk.
We don't do that.
Dude, shout out to Magnar though, man. Magnar's getting all the press.
Ragnar with their fucking.
No shout out to Magnar. Culturally appropriating bastard.
Yeah.
Exactly. Insane, man. Almost ready. It is what it is. Y'all be all right.
I'm good.
Let people come into the room. Welcome.
Hey,
Where's the room?
It's hot as
oh shit.
Man, I think it was hot as hell.
Yo, it's hot as hell in this room too.
Yeah.
I'm ready, dude. I got my
Is that why you moved downstairs, Survival?
Promo.
Well, because the internet's better.
Fuck that beer and the Senate.
It's only 4.7% too. I hate weak beer.
Yeah.
Weak beer. I don't like beer, period. But you know,
Yo, beer's the shit.
everybody got their vices.
It took me a long time to find this vice. But
I started liking beer mid-20s.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, because early 20s, you know
I
what you're
started
doing.
drinking when I was 22.
Yeah.
But I didn't like
started-
beer. I was like, this shit's gross.
Yeah,
bro.
no. I always went hard liquor, and then beer was like, eh. But now I hate cheap beer. I'm just like, get this swill out of here.
Hope y'all edit this on
Yeah, me
YouTube.
too.
Nobody cares what y'all think about beer.
Well, you
I
ready, dude.
don't
They're here
No, no,
for
no.
the
I don't
shits,
care.
man.
I don't edit none of this.
They're gonna hear all of my beer takes. My goddamn freedom.
I don't edit anything.
We live yet, man? Where we at?
Yo, we've been live.
I don't
We
see
live,
us
man.
though. Hold on. Where we at?
See, take a sip, man.
There we
Take a
go.
sip.
Line of notes. I've already taken several.
Apparently,
Let me throw it in.
AP in the building.
look who's already in the building.
Yeah, he didn't come here to hear y'all talk about y'all bitch ass beer. He
All
came
right.
here for the shit. Let's
The
go.
shits. All right. I'm playing defense.
Salute
Arms up.
Salute to the
Side
shits.
side. Hey.
That's it. All
Raise
day.
your glasses to the shits. Welcome to the Liner Notes officially. The Liner Notes Live, episode 8. I am your host, A-Quil. Today we'll be talking about Mos Def Talib Kweli. We are Black Star. You dig? I am joined today by Joe, I think, who finally got his mic off of mute after about a week or so.
Right. Now
We
he's still
got,
on mute. Look at him, man.
No, I'm here.
You're not here. You're not ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, him. We got Alibi. What's up, Alibi? How you doing, man?
I don't care about none of this shit. Let's get this shit.
And we got so let's just get started. Because we
Hey,
got
man, I'm survival. Shit, come on, man.
Are you gonna survive
yeah.
today?
Mr. Truval. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I hope so.
Mr.
Like,
Truval.
no,
I got some
he's-
scorching hot takes. Let's go.
Apparently, he's saving all the 5s for his name,
Yeah.
not for the ratings.
Yeah, let's
Because
go.
normally we don't like to spoil shit, but fuck that, man. Survival, what the fuck, dog?
What I do?
Come on,
What I
bro.
do? Tell everybody what I did.
Nah, you too. Both of you. I'm getting
You
at both
took
of y'all, man.
Yo, all right.
No,
So
no, Joe, you on mute. You don't know. Joe's on mute right now because you know what you gave it, and you try to flip flop. You on mute right now. Survival. What did you do this episode? Black Star.
So basically, what had happened was right. We all got together and we had
Nah, we didn't all get together.
no. We all got together and we was like, yo, we gonna review this album, right? And the album that we had chose was Black Star. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Y'all still with me? All right then. And then so one of the things that we had to do was, you know what I'm saying? Get the fucking categories squared away out of 5, right? And then these motherfuckers right here were giving, they're throwing out like 6 out of 5, 7 out of 5. They're like, oh shit, this shit's mad impactful. I was like, no. Black Star is a 2 out of 5.
Excuse me?
Discuss.
Excuse me? A
Deuce.
Nah, no, you discuss.
I'm
not here for this bullshit today. You discuss.
So when we think about let me ask some questions. Let me set the stage.
Hold on.
Do we think
do
about?
Let me regulate it in. I'm sorry. Let me regulate it. All right. So again, if you have not listened to our podcast episode this week, it drops every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and where else you can get podcasts up for SoundCloud. And this week again we were doing Black Star. We give every album a score of 0 to 25. It's based on 5 ratings, different categories. Each category has a maximum score of 5. So while we all did agree in most categories like lyrics and production, we were all pretty close. When it came to impact specifically, and nobody had smoke for me on the side note because I already said what I had to say on the podcast.
You get smoke here too, man. Smoke.
No, be quiet right now. I'm talking. No. This is A-Quil. I'm talking right now.
Smoke on
no smoke from nobody. I said what I had to say on the podcast. Go listen to the episode. Now, with that said,
podcast. That's what you did. You can't please.
Survival. With that said, drink. I said what that said. Survival, man. A 2. How in the fuck? I feel you, but how in the fuck did you give this a 2 in impact? Because it's not even just that. Because for the record, I know we don't spoil shit, but we spoiling it today. We with the shits, and let's do the shits. 3 of us rated this album a classic. 1 of us did not. Now, even with the little beat that I clocked, that I copped, I gave it a classic score. Period. Survival's score was so low, it didn't matter if I gave it an extra point, because there's still several points had to be made up for his low score. And it wasn't just impact. We're harping on impact. It was also replayability. Survival. God damn, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let me see what I gave that shit.
Well, you gave it a 3.
3.
It's not that bad.
No.
Yeah, it's
everybody else gave it a 5.
In the middle. That's fantastic for whoever did that. But for me, like, I'm not running to that album, and like when I play it, it's, I don't know, might have to skip around a little bit.
Mark said he'll see us next Friday, man. Nah, man, you stay right here, Mark. You stay right here, Mark.
So let me ask you guys a question. When we talk about impact, like, what does that mean? Impact
on the culture. Impact on it could be impact on the music industry. It all depends, right? Like it's everything and whatever's most important to some extent. But in this case, I feel like the impact that it had on the culture primarily.
Okay, so I look at culture from like a bunch of different lenses.
There's only one hip hop culture, man. Stop.
No. I'm sorry. I look at impact from a bunch of different lenses. Sorry, not culture.
Right.
I look at a impact in terms of like, was this game changing?
Yes.
Do you get? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Nice.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was game changing for a niche, but not for the whole.
Did in terms of culture? So we're talking about like swag. Did it change the way people talk, think, dress? No, and no. It did not. That's a fact. It didn't. Did it sell? No. What the fuck is the point of making records?
So by what y'all are saying, the only thing that's important is whether or not the shit that we're reviewing is pop or not.
No, not at all.
No,
That's bullshit. Then, and what you're saying is bullshit.
Well, I haven't said anything yet, but I can go into detail.
You're agreeing.
What I'm saying is this album came out in 1998.
Mm-hmm.
I can name 5 or 6 more albums that came out that same year that had a much greater impact on what is done in hip hop from a lyrical standpoint, production standpoint, outside of the music standpoint. I feel like this had a very huge impact within a very narrow lane. But unlike, it's just like anything else. This is for niggas who read books, dog. The fact of the matter is, the rest of us, us were like, yo, this is a good in a vacuum, but we're gonna go shoot some more motherfuckers.
Again, you validated my point, which is that what's only important is the impact that it has as far as popular culture. Period.
I would say how wide that impact goes within the culture. How wide did
the shit shifted the entire group that you're talking about? It did have the impact on. It shifted that entire group.
But what?
So you're saying like what's most important is the pop culture group.
But then if we did that for every,
it's not a small group, dude.
If we did that for every, we could literally, then that means if we go back, we can do this for every single album we do, because every single one of those albums had a massive impact on a small group.
I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, because you gave this shit like a 4 and rated this shit classic. This nigga did not.
So I'm talking about Impact was a 3. Impact was a 3.
That's cool.
And Impact for him was a 2.
That's cool.
Question.
He rated this shit a 2.
I have one more question.
2 of y'all rated this shit a 3. I think you're both wrong. A 2 is extremely wrong.
I copped mine though. So what are we talking about here?
I'm not dealing with please right now. You burnt up too, man.
I'm not burnt up nobody. Are you kidding me? I'll mute you right now and kick you off the show. You talking to me right now? Right?
You gonna have to. I'm here, man. Let's go.
You're gonna be gone in a second.
So these I have so many questions that I want to ask you guys, but
yes,
this was this a super group for all intents and purposes?
No.
It's
2 unknowns. They both had some singles. Most have been on Bush Babies. They dropped some stuff together, 4 to 5 Live, stuff like that. Nobody knew who they were. The fact that you even know or demonstrates that the impact is higher than the 2.
Okay, but
no.
Exactly. But they had solo careers. This album did not.
They did not. This is both of their debuts. That's literally why they called the album Mos Def and Kweli Our Black Star.
All right. So the last question I have is, right. So there's I don't know if you want to call them conscious, positive, whatever, right? Where is that today? Like if they shifted the culture so much, why are niggas still talking about shooting each other and running up on each other, snitching on records, all that shit? Like how many rappers did they impact from a vantage point that is positive? Don't say Common, because Common was already out. It could be,
if y'all's king,
little brother,
but like
little brother, Kanye West,
who is the swath of rappers that are super positive and
J. Cole,
all your favorites, Lupe, all the people A-Quil just listed, Lupe, Lil Brother, Kanye, your king. Like,
Kanye is not fucking. No, he's not. No, he isn't.
He was influenced.
Again, we could say it for a niche, but as a movement, rock is folded up in 2 years.
Yeah,
like this was in itself.
What does their business have to do with these two niggas? What are we talking about?
Let me finish my statement. The need for this music just got killed by the industry. So when I talk about impact, yes, if we go down to a niche of the people who are really big fans of these guys, correct. But like, even if you go outside of Lil Brother and Lupe, you could say Kanye. Kanye definitely gave this dude a start, but Kanye wasn't this style forever. Literally about album 3, this nigga had lost his mind and gone a totally different direction.
Y'all sound ridiculous.
Think about this. By the time Kanye got to album number 2 or 3, where is Kweli by this point? Where are all these people? Like this album itself, like
getting shout outs from Jay-Z.
There are artists who live off impactful albums. Like Juvenile, ain't no one talk about any other album, or 50 Cent. Like there were so many artists who live off the impact of an album. Like so many artists that live off the impact. I feel like they can't even really do that with this album.
They literally do. Their whole career is due.
I don't think so.
Are you piecing out?
Y'all, listen, man.
I don't think so.
Y'all right now. Hey, man.
What do you think?
So Medgar Evers had no impact.
What?
Y'all, right? That's how y'all sound right now.
Let's go.
That brother ain't Martin Luther King. He ain't Malcolm X. He ain't fuck out of here.
Wow.
I told y'all I'm here today, man. I'm not here for none of y'all bullshit.
Here's the thing: Malcolm X is a 5, Medgar Evers is a 3.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. We know who both of them are.
That's still not a 2. Who's a 2?
Exactly. Look at y'all, man. Look at y'all. I told y'all to do your research and come here.
No, it's not higher than a 3.
Compare what y'all think.
I'll give you 3.
I don't care. You gave it a 3. Great. I still think you're wrong. This dude gave it a 2. And this dude on his life, this shit is like a 5. So it should be a 4 at minimum.
You talking about me?
Yeah, you.
So
didn't I say it was a 4?
The other thing I was gonna say was right.
I told you why I didn't. What are you talking about? You're not here for me today. You're trying it, but you're not.
We rate these in a vacuum. Like I don't care what you guys gave it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I listen to it independently, and then I rate it based on how I feel.
You just said you rate it on a vacuum, or do you rate it on how you feel, man? Are we being objective, or are we not being objective?
We are being objective.
You're not.
It was a 2.
Nah.
It is. I am.
You just said I rate it personally on how I feel.
Wait. So
no. But I'm saying independent. Like I don't look at your scores and I'm like, oh well, I'm going to try to be.
I don't either. I don't look at y'all scores. That's why the shit is a classic, because I don't look at y'all scores.
Right.
Go back to.
It's a classic to you.
Survival. Go back to.
It's like 8 people in here. Even Conway thinks the shit's a classic, man.
I don't care.
He said he was bagging crack to this, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, then they obviously didn't do a good job.
The impact wasn't that good, and he's
no. So I want to go back to the podcast episode for a second, because Survival, you were talking about at that time that you were in their niche for who they were marketing to. So this dropped 98. How old were you?
13.
And what were you buying at that time?
So that year I bought It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I bought Capital Punishment. I bought
Volume 2. Volume 2, Jay-Z.
I bought Volume 2.
Lauryn Hill.
Man, you bought Ja
I'd have
Rule.
to look at it. I mean,
You bought BG. Like
Ja Rule was 99.
99.
BG was 99.
Juvenile came out 98.
Mm-hmm.
Juvenile. I bought Juvenile. Shit. I mean,
Equipment came out in 98.
I mean, there's a lot of shit that
it was great.
none of that shit's better than this.
Bought.
None of that shit's better than this.
Well, here's the thing: the scores outside of Impact reflect as such. Like, we're giving Survival shit for the 2 Impact, but he did give it 5 scores everywhere else.
Yeah.
No,
replayability.
I'm saying we all did. Wait, well, yeah, and even that still.
No, we didn't know. Y'all did.
Fam, you didn't give it a 25. What are you talking about? Relax.
I don't need to give it a 25.
You didn't give it a perfect. Is what I'm saying.
you give
classic.
Tell the people what you gave it.
What'd you get?
I gave it. You gave it 22.
A classic.
Same score I gave it.
He barely got it there.
So do we.
Classic.
What? So you're not talking to me.
You know, you might have been
Is
kind of
the
pulling some
classic
strings.
or not classic?
Me and Joe gave it the exact same score in the exact same categories.
Wait a second. The 3 of us gave it a 22.
Yeah.
So we literally put it all on Survival.
Exactly.
He gave it an 18.
Exactly. An 18.
But this is not what the so I'll take that, but this isn't like yo
You
hold
gave
on,
this shit. You gave Lupe a 21, bro. You gave this shit an 18.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
I'm not copping, please.
10 toes down.
Not changing my scores. Like this album.
No one's
is
changing
what it is
their
to
score.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
18,
Okay. You know what?
21.
Okay. Okay. If we talking 18.
No.
And we talking 18. That's a little
Let's go.
different.
Let's go through it. Let's go through it. Let me-
Without spoiling some other albums, there's no way this is in the same vein as some of them other.
So
albums.
I gave lyrics a 5.
Yeah.
I gave production a 4.
We get that was across the board.
I gave the concept a 4. I love the concept. I gave replay value a 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Let me ask you why on that.
Because so when we talk about replayability, what are we talking about? Like the ability to play it all the way through without skipping, you know, time and time and time again. And so I mean, I could flip a coin.
And how often you can listen to it,
and how often, yeah, and so I don't listen to it that often. And then
has it become dated? All of that to me is replayability.
Well, I mean, some of that is layered in like production and in some of the shit they're talking about too. So it's like it kind of rolls up into it.
Right.
Excuse me. And I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, these are some dudes with lyrical ability, and the production's good, but like, I don't know, to me, it's just like, it's just not something that I run to. It wasn't something that I ran to when I was 13. It probably wasn't going to be something that I was running to at 37, unless we were talking about the album a bunch of times for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to a bunch of people about this today, and you know, in my circle, and it was kind of split. Like, you know, it was impactful for people, and it wasn't impactful for other people. But it's like, I mean, that sort of proves my point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this shit is not a 5, probably not a 4. I mean, it maybe is a 3. It's a toss up between like really meaningful and not meaningful.
To me, that's my point. I know I gave it a 22. I think sonically, listening to this album, it's a classic. But I'll keep it 1,000. No one was trying to buy this in '98. Like,
no, every single person that I asked did not buy this album in '98.
No one
You
was.
Can't say it's not no one.
No, my bad. Let me
everyone
clarify.
in my circle.
None of my friends wanted any of this. Like, we're growing up. Like, it was X. Pun was huge.
I don't want to hear about none of you niggas' friends. It's 30. It's been 22 years, and people are still discussing this. Its impact was not a 2.
But then again, who's people?
I don't.
We
are literally having this conversation right now, dude.
We have a conversation about food and liquor.
Right. Which means its impact is greater than a fucking 2.
We're gonna have some. We may or may not have some conversations about shit that was 17. So I don't really like lend too much credence into shit that is like. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about shit that we may or may not believe is a classic. I do not believe it's a classic, and you guys do. I'm not giving you shit for it.
No, you didn't even believe. You felt the album was good, dude.
Yes.
Like damn near where you're at it's good, not great.
It's a good
and
album.
Not classic.
It's
good.
Yeah.
Nah, it's great at a minimum. And if it was great at a minimum, the shit would have been a fucking classic. And it's on you.
That's your opinion. Yeah. And
I want to read comments. You might want to read comments.
Yo, I can't even see them. Where's my phone?
Let's go. What's in the comments? Let's start at the top.
Let me get some comments. All right.
Let me see.
Mark said he probably got some No Limit albums as
Brandon,
I do.
Brandon left. He was just like, nah, fuck what y'all talking about. He left.
No Limit doesn't have any classics. They do not. Let me see.
They might have one.
Anything below 4 is disgraceful when you talk about impact.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Shout out to that person.
It isn't,
dude. We're literally still having a conversation. This shit, which means it's higher than a 2.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Like the fact that we're having this conversation. I don't care how many times. Like, here's the deal. You just brought up albums from 1998. The reality is none of us are consistently spinning albums from 22 years ago. When we're talking about things like replayability and impact, what it is to me is, if I put this on, how do I feel, and am I going to continue to listen to it? I'm not saying this is like the first album that I'm reaching for. I'm saying like when this shit come on, I'm like, yo, this was that shit, and I'm probably going to let the shit keep rocking. I'm not always in the mood for that. I think that got with nothing, because every album has a different mood. Y'all are skewing one direction towards what's popular.
That's not true at all, though.
No,
That's not true.
How did I know it was popular in 1998?
What we're trying to do is equal all that out, because clearly all those albums that Survival mentioned earlier, Black Star didn't sell more than any of those. So yeah, the thing is, we're trying not to put as much weight on what you sold.
I was 13 years old. I had no idea.
Then why is that the defense that we're copying? Everything that you're saying was just literally the defense that he's copying, and I feel like the weight is heavier on the side of the impact that it had. Look, man, this album influenced all the artists that you like.
Yeah,
it may be rappers album, but the fact of the matter is, people do know when shit is dope and when it's quality, whether or not it's my shit. I might not fuck with No Limit like that, but I'm still gonna be like, nah, that shit bops for the space that it's in. Like, if I'm in this space and in this mood, this shit go hard as hell. This is one of the best albums from this category of music that we're talking about.
No, it isn't.
You're shaking your head to name another fucking album that comes from this sphere of music that's a classic.
But see, let me ask you a question.
Otherwise, what you're saying is that this genre, this type of niche, all the shit that y'all brought up, you're saying it can't be classic, which is bullshit.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Answer my question.
That's not what I'm saying.
Then answer the question.
Let me finish. Relax. The impact is a fucking 3. Because as you can say, this album influenced all our favorite rappers. All our favorite rappers influenced these rappers.
Nigga, you rated it a classic. I'm talking to the dude that gave it an 18.
But no.
You rated it a classic.
You belittled. No. You accused me of skewing certain fears of hip hop higher for impact, and that's not true. I'm not saying it has to be.
I know that because you rated this shit a classic.
All right,
why are you defending this man?
I'm just saying.
Why are you being Royce right now? Royce, stop it. Let this man speak for himself.
We grew up together, dog. I'm bringing death to doorsteps, dog. Don't make me.
Oh man,
be careful, dog.
Be careful.
Be careful, man.
Be careful, dun.
Finish up, Joe. Finish up.
I hope you all that are.
I think I do
this energy the whole time. Man.
I do think we need 2 conversations though, because
let's do it.
There's one thing I will say. Survival, I'm gonna take pause on 3 for replayability, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I knew singles of this album before, but this wasn't an album I was checking for. When I played this album for us doing it, it's an easy playthrough. It's an easy replay through. Sonically, it just hits the ear test for me. Like, it's pretty fucking great. And the fact that it's 2020 or 2021, excuse me, we were doing this in 2020, it was still a very easy listen. So I am surprised that for replayability, it's a 3. I understand that you do take into effect how often do I look for this. Like, I understand that, but I also skew replayability on when this shit is coming on. What am I doing? There's things that came out in the 90s that when it comes on, I'm going to punch my phone. I'm like, I don't want to ever hear this shit ever again. There are albums that we've rated that I'm like, I will probably kill myself if I'm forced to listen to this album again. If this album comes on, even if I don't look for it, it's hard for me to say I'm not going to sit here and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And marvel at it. It's pretty fucking great. So that is the one part where I have to disagree. Like, from a replayable album, like, you can't, like, I can't deny it. It's fucking sonically a great album.
So is this a regional divide here? Because we're pulling from personal experience. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, the way that this impacted myself and Alibi, even though he's trying to make it seem like he's on an island, like, fuck out of here. The way this impacted us over here in the Midwest, underground, like, we went to these shows, like, when they showed up and they were fucking crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. What's that?
Everyone was underground before they were known. So.
No. I'm following. Let me bring this home.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, because at the time, Minnesota was, or even now, was known more as a flyover state. So I'm saying a lot more underground, like, shit was really bubbling here. So because that's our perspective, I'm asking, you guys grew up in Boston on the East Coast. You had a lot more variety. I would assume East Coast wise, and maybe folks weren't coming to Boston as much as, say, New York. But that's what I'm trying to get to. Because you had more variety and more artists coming through, did that make it tougher to get to an album like this? Or were people just not fucking with this album, period? And that's fine too. I want to get that your perspective, because I know what ours is here. And that's why
you go ahead.
Whoever.
Okay. So, and I asked about this. I asked people that are my age, older, a little bit younger, you know, all that stuff. Like, what is your relationship to this album? And the responses range from like, I didn't hear it in '98. You know, I might have picked it up in 2000, 2003.
Yo, sorry to interrupt you. I don't know who Terrell Webb is, but he's saying they was on that House of Pain. Don't do that. Don't do that, dog. Don't do that, Webb.
Definitely not.
Shout out House of Pain. Don't do that, dog. You know you like The Departed. You know you like The Departed, dog. Don't do that, dog. Go ahead.
Shout out Terrell.
Go ahead, bro.
I lost my train of thought. But like, okay, so
you're saying you're speaking in your circle.
Yeah. Because I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? Am I crazy? Like, again, I didn't consult any of these people when I was rating this album. So I asked people, so you know, just completely out of the blue. I was like, yo, did you buy Black Star in '98? 100% of the people said no, they did not. And you know, probably like 50-60% were like, nah, but I got it in like 2000, 2001, or, you know, whatever. Maybe 2003 when, wasn't it featured on,
when music was trash and
no,
were
it was
circling
featured,
back to albums they missed in the greatest year of hip hop. There's like
featured on
30
a video
albums
game.
that came out this year.
Don't say that. Don't say that because Mark said '94 was the greatest.
98. Don't do that, Mark. 98. Don't do that.
We got. I'm gonna talk about that later. I got another segment.
All right, my bad.
We have actual segments to get to, but we're still spending a lot of time on this.
There's no other segment this evening. This is it.
I will boot you from this shit. We have other segments, guys.
Yo, be
we're gonna
careful,
get to the other segments. Be careful. Be careful. Go ahead, Survival.
I feel like my capital is about to get stormed, you know, tonight. God damn.
Run up on Sir Tuval. Run
up on me.
Sir Tuval, though. That's actually pretty dope.
But yeah, so like again, what I was asking at the beginning of the pod is like, what effect did it have on you? And the answers range from like not much to like, okay, I heard definition on a video game and then I went to it and then, you know, I didn't really fuck with it, or you know, it had a very, very small circle of rappers that it touched from like a conscious vantage point. But then I'm like, okay, well, and I'm not asking them this, I'm asking myself, like, why isn't popular rap right now conscious? If it was so impactful and it had such an impact on all of our favorite rappers, then what the fuck are we talking about?
I thought that was always industry politics, but that's another subject.
Yeah,
and I will say this.
Part of it.
It's a huge part of it.
I'll say that everything that came out in '98 is when you first started seeing movements. So Rough Riders was a movement. Terror Squad was a movement.
Keep your mic on mute. Nah, keep it on mute.
It's true.
Yep. So
ATVs, motorcycles.
Rockets was a movement too. This album was surrounded by a movement too. And I just felt like when this album came out, not even just them, but everyone that was associated with Mos Def Kweli, you saw it coming. You saw the lyrics, you saw everything around them coming. It was on the way, and it was there. But to the point of like how this impacted, I was 15 when this came out. So the stuff that they talk about, the stuff that they teach,
my bad, I was 15,
on this album,
98.
The stuff that they go through is all relevant. It's all super important. But you also understand, talking to a 14 or 15-year-old about the topics that are on this album and how to combat with it, and how to and just like how to translate that. So specifically talking to this 15-year-old Joel, I can appreciate this more at 37. I understand what the fuck is going on. I have a clear understanding of how I feel about things in the world. When I would watch specific songs, even the way they talked about women on this album was different than I was prepared to talk about women in 1998.
And we're going to talk about that too.
I wanted hoes. I didn't want women. I didn't want, so I think in terms of what you're all saying, in terms of just, I'm only talking to impact, not just the quality of the album, but in terms of this reaching the right people.
That nigga's a hypocrite.
I do think, I think it's also just, it's literally just being received. And I think there are certain niches, or not niches, but there's just certain targets that don't receive things the right way until either it's too late or until they're ready to hear it, period.
How does how someone interprets or is ready to receive an album or information have anything to do with the impact? If you were young and you developmentally weren't in a space to like receive an album, great. That doesn't mean that it can't impact you later. To the point that Ant made in the comments, y'all are talking about whether or not, like, Joel, is Illmatic classic?
Yes.
Was it written classic?
We decided yes.
Yes.
I don't like the hesitation, bro.
But you can go
watch your
but
mouth.
What
watch
is that? But most people heard, even you heard, in your first introduction to Nas it was written.
No, that wasn't
what
me.
difference does it make if you have to go back and hear Illmatic? That doesn't determine whether or not Illmatic is classic or not. So when it comes out, when Survival's friends bought it, none of that shit means nothing, man.
But I also think I'm not
talking about know of what it is, which means the impact is more than 2. That should be more of an impact.
But I think that
I didn't know what the fuck it was in '98, but 3 years later, I felt a need to go back and check it.
Because but I also what something is, it's a 5.
No, I'm saying it's higher than a 2, bro. A 2.
We know what juicy fruit is. Do you chew juicy fruit every day?
What does that have to do with
what are we talking about?
Whether or not when you bought an album, bro. You said most of my friends heard the album later. The fact that they went back 2 or 3 years later to even check the album proves that its impact is higher than a 2, bro.
I disagree on that. How does
full of shit, man.
He told me that he heard Definition in a fucking video game. It was the video game
in
that brought him to the song.
a fucking video game. So it's higher than a 2. What are we talking about?
And then he said he went to the album and then he didn't like it.
I also think.
Wait. What was the video game?
I think
it was EA Sports.
I
think it was
2K.
Yeah,
right? NBA 2K something.
That's pretty good then. Okay.
Yeah. But
Star Fox or something. That'd be trash.
But I get what you're saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying in terms of like, we definitely don't want to skew like, yo, I don't hear this on the radio, so the impact is bad. Because I'm talking about this is two-sided. I feel like this album did have a huge impact on hip hop. Like, but it was a niche of hip hop. But if I disagree, Alibi, and someone going, you went back 3 years to hear it. There are artists that weren't even commercially huge who I knew about. Like there are artists that weren't on TV every day that I knew about, bro. Like MC fucking Breed. I would just know
dudes were on TV.
But let me finish my thoughts. Can I finish my thoughts? Yo, chill. All I'm saying is that matters, bro. If you're telling me this album was number 5 in a list of 6, how does that not matter? How does that not matter that this came out amongst a bunch of other great things and it wasn't as widely sought after by Black folks than those other things? How does that not matter? How does that not matter?
Does a 2 means I don't even know who these dudes are? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, let this man speak for himself. Like, dude, these dudes were on Comedy Network. These dudes are in movies, like, all started with this album. So what are you talking about with a 2?
Most was in a commercial before the album, but
just what are we talking about with a 2, man?
What?
Y'all can keep this shit up because you want to stand toes down, but y'all know y'all full of shit.
Yo, is it 3 okay? Is the 3 okay?
Y'all graded it classic. I don't want to talk to y'all no more about it. I told y'all this dude better come with his notes prepared, and he has given me no reason whatsoever to feel like this is possibly a 2. I feel like the most ignorant dude is gonna hear this and be like, at a minimum, they talking that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Whether or not that dude wants to listen to it again, he knows that, like, nah, respect. That's some good music. It's not some terrible shit that I would never want to listen to.
I rated it good
He's
music.
definitely listening to Gucci.
I rated it good. You guys are angry because I didn't rate it a classic, which, you know, it's kind of soft. It's kind of soft to me. Like,
bro,
I don't need to agree with you.
You rated this shit a 20.
Yes, I did.
Still not a classic. If you rated this shit a 20, which was still not classic, the album would be classic. You rated this shit a fucking 18, bro.
A classic album. It's not.
An 18. This album lost 7 points. You rated this album a C. What the fuck up with this bullshit?
All right, let me ask you again.
We need to move on to the next shit.
Yeah. Oh, now you want to move on?
Yeah,
now you want to move on.
He ain't got no. He got
that whole agenda.
I'm ready for
answer any of the questions I had. At the
I don't
beginning?
need to.
Did it?
I don't need to. I got people in the comments that want to answer the. You need to answer the question.
Societally, like what did it do for
cracker tactics?
What did it do for speech?
Right now.
Speech, thought, the way people dress. Did it fucking sell? Like what are we talking about here? What are we talking about
have to do with any of this shit? No real ass dude is ever changing his gear like, yo, that shit was hard. I'm switching
Yes,
up.
they did.
No, I didn't.
Dipset. What the hell? What are you talking about?
All of y'all that threw on button ups, I'm talking about real dudes, man.
And they did it with Kanye, and everyone's still sucking his dick, buying his fucking shoes.
We don't have a category for fashion, so miss me with that bullshit. We don't have a fashion category. Impact, bro.
So,
these dudes were on TV. Chappelle Show. Still known. Block Party. Get the fuck out of here, man.
No, so in retrospect though, if your claim is you change fashion, you make people wear pink instead of like you have lyrics that last. I mean, what does that mean for impact in retrospect? Like, yeah, so because Dipset was,
but that's not all that I'm saying though. I'm asking what.
It's a huge example.
What did they do across the board?
When you review the Dipset album, the first thing you're gonna say is they changed how people dress. That's a 5 for impact.
And I did not say that. I said, what did it do for the culture? And within culture is like speech.
Joe, come back.
No, I had to go lock my door. I had
to lock my door, bro. They influence all your favorite rappers.
But I'm not talking about dress. There's people who are rappers who got in bed with specific brands and they changed fashion. Jay-Z did it. Fucking Nelly did it. Like, what are we talking about? That fashion doesn't matter.
They were advertising for 555 Soul. Like, they advertised for LRG. Shut the fuck up with this bullshit, dude. It's higher than a 2. Every area that you try to go to, they had an impact. The literal only difference about these dudes is that they didn't quite make it into the majors because they're independent. And we shouldn't be having a conversation about a classic for some artists that only went gold and didn't go multiple times platinum. Get the fuck out of here, man.
For the record, what I'm dressed in right now is the Universal Underground Talib Kweli Mos Def Egyptian Pyramid Cipher gear. That's why I wore this today. Shout out to you.
This is my last question, and then we can move on. What is the point of making records?
To improve people's lives, to share your art.
Okay, and if people don't hear them,
to connect with other people,
how the fuck are they going to do that?
So then everyone should make pop music.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But you're saying is what you're saying is
within
the niche.
People don't care.
So Dave Chappelle heard it. Dave Chappelle liked it, and then he put him on the show. Does that mean that everyone fucking heard it? Did it know that people know who they were?
Everybody who watches the Chappelle show, they knew afterwards.
Yeah.
What difference does it make when you can't make no damn sense?
Okay, so what does that have to do with this album specifically? If you're talking about the Chappelle show impact, then that was a 5. That is what I'm saying.
The impact is in totality.
No, it is not.
Of the album
it's with the album.
You would not know them if this album. So you would not know them if this album didn't come out. You wouldn't know them. Is what you're saying. But the album did come out, and you did know them. And the shit's in video games, and it's on Comedy Central.
Right.
And 22 years later, we're still having a conversation about it. So it's higher than a 2.
But you're saying that we would have more conversations.
That's what I'm saying. Like in a vacuum, this album didn't do what you guys think.
I don't talk about capital punishment with anyone other than Puerto Ricans, or when we're talking about rapidy rap music.
You don't, but Joel Ortiz will talk about it all.
That's cool. And I will be like, yes, that album's a classic. I will not be like, yo, the impact.
We don't know if it's a classic. We rated it yet.
And he's going to be like, so, but when I say, yo, it's a 2 for fucking impact, and he says, yo, every Puerto Rican dude who wants to rap because of this album. And I'm like, but that's only Puerto Ricans, bro. I mean, people didn't start dressing different because of him. Nobody was out here getting like wild fat because he was cool to be wild fat. Man, get the fuck out of here with this.
You mad. I got the dirt on you, doggy.
All right, man. I had other segments.
All right, let's go. Another segment. We spent 46 minutes on this.
A lot of time on that. But I did want to ask the question. We touched on it. Like, what was that importance of having a label like a Raucous? because you did have. So again, we always bring the timeline into frame, right? So '98, we're shiny suit era. Diddy's still on doing his thing, and Bad Boys ruling the world. Rockefeller's coming up, like all the other cliques that you name. Like their Rockets was important for a reason, right? So what is that? What is that reason? What does that touch? Like you have other record labels that came later, like the Geffen Records. Like it gave people another avenue to get their music out. Say if it wouldn't have gotten out on these other labels because these other labels weren't pushing, quote positive, music.
So very important. How important Rockets was?
Yeah.
I think Rockets was because again, I'm gonna go back to the point when I started watching this, and A-Quil, me and you talk about this all the time. I didn't want anything to do with this, but then seeing Farrah Munch come up, seeing Lyricist Lounge, I was a fan of all of that. Like Kweli and Mos Def are definitely not my favorite artists at all, but I like the fact that it was okay for them to just be them in this space. It was okay for me to if I wanted to take a break from DMX or whatever and hear some different shit, I could hear this, and they were fucking just as good as anybody else. I always liked Mos Def. I thought Rockets. I'm fairly upset that Rockets is gone. I liked having that window of hip hop with all of the other shit that I had. Period. And I think it's a shame that we don't have it. And that's and not to belabor this. That's where it goes with my point. I feel like there was a concerted effort to fucking kill this movement, and because of that, losing this brought us into all kinds of nigga shit that came out after it. And at the time, I was all with the bullshit, but the older I get, I realize how much better off we'd be if these dudes were able to really fulfill, their prophecy and figure it all out. So Rockets was great. I wish it was around through the mid 2000s, beginning. I wish Mos and Kweli got to really expand and do things, all of them. I really do, because now we didn't. And look what you got: white people climbing walls.
Poorly, by the way.
That's what you got. So no,
child.
That's how I feel.
Alibi. Anything you want to add?
No.
All right.
Alibi, I got a question though. So you said you feel a different way about Kweli now than you did when he came out, but you're saying that impact is the totality of the the 22 years since we heard the album. That seems a little bit inconsistent to me.
That's in reference to the fact that you gave it a 2, bro. I rated the album a classic. I think that it's deserving of nothing, honestly, nothing lower than a 4 for the most part. And a 2 is egregiously disrespectful to an album that clearly had a higher impact than sort of, or not really. Actually, not really is what you're saying. Did it have an impact? Not really. That's what 2 says.
The album in and of itself, no. And I stand by that. Who's that?
Let that bleed.
That's my bad. That's me. I was making sure that we were getting more Boston hate in the but no, my bad. Go ahead.
Title Town niggas.
Oh Lord. Yeah, shout out, and we're losing credibility because we rated Black Album a classic and not this. So
Survival rated Glass out. The 3 of us rated this shit a classic. This dude did not.
I don't care.
I've lost zero credibility
I would love the smoke, and I completely disagree with all of you. Completely disagree.
Because you feel that way, or just being a contrarian?
No, because I don't need to be a contrarian. This album didn't resonate when it came out. If someone who is in a small circle heard it and then put it on TV, that doesn't mean that everybody else heard it when it came out in 1998. That means that it took 5 years to get on TV, and then Dave Chappelle springboarded it to what it to what it is. It doesn't mean, but it means that Dave Chappelle helped them get to where they are, and that doesn't mean that the album itself was a 5 in terms of impact. It means that Dave Chappelle was a 5 in terms of impact. You feel what I'm saying?
So the lack of impact wasn't because of lack of quality of music.
No, of course not. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's a good album, but you cannot tell me that this album sold because it didn't, and then niggas were clamoring for it because they were not.
I can tell you,
Survival, what's your socials again?
I can tell you that your favorite rapper listened to this shit over and over again and was hella inspired by it, which would cancel out everything that you said. I don't care about the people that we can't rate albums based on the people that don't listen to the shit. Like, if that's the case, then none of this shit's classic because motherfuckers prefer to listen to country music. Like, what is your point? What are we talking about?
Well, no, because everyone prefers to listen to hip hop. It's the most consumed genre in the world right now. What do you mean?
Now,
yes,
and in part
now.
Because of the influence of some artists who are in this stream of consciousness. It's a part of it. Yeah. It's not a small minority. We're not talking about some fringe minority within hip hop that listens to like fucking emo rap. We're talking about like conscious rap, which is like the group that would be fighting everything that's not conscious. It's like crack versus conscious.
Hip hop,
and these are like the kings of the conscious realm.
Hip hop is number one in the world because Talib Kweli and Mos Def came out.
I didn't say
do not do that.
Obviously,
don't do that.
The number one genre in the world because of popular ass shit. But that's like sitting up here and saying like, "Oh, dude, your whole argument's like Vanilla Ice then has like one of the greatest blah." Like it's not that ain't relevant.
No, that's not what I'm saying because I don't even like any of the shit that comes out today because it's fucking trash. But I am acknowledging that.
Yes.
That no, I don't think so.
Diamond.
Hammer did.
Vanilla Ice.
Hammer for sure did. Damn. Ice Baby. Okay.
I think we gotta let A-Quil take control because this is gone.
I told y'all 20 minutes ago. Let's transition.
No, it wasn't 20 minutes ago. It was actually 12.
I'm not getting where you're saying. So, we'll agree to disagree. Like, we agreed to disagree like hours ago. We already knew that.
But we had to agree to disagree for the public. Okay. Anyway, more comments in the chat. We'll read those later. Because I'm still just gonna get through this real quick. So back to the actual podcast episode. One thing that we did bring up, I think Joe mentioned it, was if we did a segment, like a tournament style, like best years in hip hop. So that was one suggestion that a few people actually reached out to me and said they would like if we did an episode
2006.
Like that. Because of Lupe? Stop it.
No, that was a horrible year.
Who was in his tweet saying that he was inspired by Mos Def Kweli.
Yeah, you said that today.
Yeah. So no, I tagged you that. Of course, we know Joe's vote is for 98. And then another request was actually to do individual songs, like a March Madness bracket. So say like the top 16 songs from each region, Midwest, down south, east, and west. Would y'all ever want to do an episode like that?
Yeah.
So songs, not artists, though.
Yeah, songs. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting. All right, so let's speed through that. We'll read comments at the end because this shit is hilarious. We're gonna go to our fun segment to kind of bring this down a little bit. It's gonna be called.
I'm not mad. That was fun.
Oh no. We're not mad.
He said he got dirt on you, dog.
Yo, Vanilla Ice.
We love hip hop. That's why we're here.
Vanilla Ice, what, Joe?
He never went diamond, but another white dude did though. Oh my god.
Multiple times.
Marshall?
No, outside of Eminem.
Who?
Oh, wait, hold on.
You don't even want to know, dog.
It was
Seattle,
Kelly, Macklemore.
Macklemore went diamond.
This guy drinks Bud Lights all the time.
Post Malone.
No,
rock, bro.
There you go.
He's not, man. He's not rap, man. Fuck him.
They consider that shit that ball.
No, they do not.
Bullshit.
No.
He's a fucking cowboy. Get him the fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Agreed.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
Agreed.
All right, man. Yeah, we're almost at the hour mark already.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep fucking going.
Go. So
shout out to the viewers sticking with us.
Yeah, man. They're sticking with us. They're sticking with you.
Let's go. We're fucking hundreds.
Let's go. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions here. It's a simple yes or no. This new segment we have here. I have new segments like every episode, right? It's called "Are They a Black Star?" All you have to do is just say yes or no.
Cool.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. First question: Marcus Garvey, is he a black star?
Of course.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. All right. Stacey Abrams, is she a black star?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not about to shit on black women on recording. That's fucking crazy.
Say Betsy DeVos so we can say no.
Okay. Colin Kaepernick, is he a black star?
Mm-mm.
You say
So
no?
he's interesting.
No.
He's interesting.
No.
think he's a mixed
I'm gonna say
star.
no too. Like he's not a radical. He's just
Relax. You said he's a martyr, but not a black star.
No.
a martyr. I said he's not a radical.
Oh, not a
he's
radical.
just a martyr.
No.
Gotcha.
Cap gets a 2 for impact from.
He's not a black star.
Okay. What about Von Miller? Is Von Miller a black star?
No. Get him out of this. Get him out of this.
Wait, who'd you say?
Von
Von
Miller.
Miller.
No,
No.
Get him out of here
no,
now.
no.
Him in those fucking glasses. Out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, no good.
He wears those on the field?
Oh gosh. Next up, Viola Davis. Is she a black star?
Yeah.
Did
Hell
y'all
yes.
see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom?
Mm-mm.
nah.
Oh yeah, that
I
shit
saw
was lit.
every episode of Schmurder though.
Nice. Yeah, no, she kills it. But with that said, the real Ma Rainey, is she a black star? I'm gonna say yes.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I'm assume so.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that shit. She's gangster. Who else? Dr. Dre. Is he a black star?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say in
Damn.
music he's timeless, but like the older I get,
The person. Dr. Dre the person.
yeah,
Andre Young?
Andre Young.
yeah. Dr. Dre's
Andre Young,
Dr. Dre's a
yeah.
star. Andre Young.
Uh,
I'm all for forgiveness. I really am all for forgiveness, but there's certain things growing up as a black man that I'm like, bro, how could you?
You have to be deserving of forgiveness first,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know. He hasn't done anything to repair any harm he's done.
nah, he was wilding.
I don't care if he's funding
He's still- I
Jeff's,
mean,
the school Jeff's working with. Shout out to Jeff.
Yep. Well, but prayers up still, right? I mean,
Yeah,
He's
I don't know
he's
what
fine
that's
now.
on.
He's fine.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
He's
fine.
fine.
He's fine, and $2 million a month later. But
Oof.
Don Lemon.
He got it though. He
Tom
got it.
Lemon?
Is Don Lemon a black star?
No.
No.
Get him out of here.
No. I mean, he was
He
was stepping.
He just decided he was blacking it up like 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, like the other day. Show him.
He also said defund the police was a bad slogan too. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So no.
Get him out of here.
Damn. Okay.
He also doesn't have a mustache. I don't
trust.
no.
Gotta have that facial hair, bro.
You know the motto. What about the Twisted Tea guy? Is he a black
Oh,
star?
that nigga is a hero.
He's a legend.
Wait, who's that?
He's a legend.
He
So
is
you
a
see,
hero.
you see the video where they're in a convenience store, and the white dude
Oh,
say, "Where
yeah,
you
yeah,
from?
yeah,
Nigga, Where
yeah.
you from?" And then he back.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he kicked his twisted teeth. Yeah.
He's a hood legend. If you're a hood
Shout out to-
legend, you're kind of
shout out to
automatically a
him.
black
He's
man.
that dude's a legend,
Shout out.
bro.
He's a hood legend.
All right, he's a hood legend. Well, what about the security guy that was running away from the Capitol?
No.
thugs?
Nah.
No. Get him out of here.
Is he a black star? No.
Yeah,
Nah, he
he's-
would have
he's
been
not
if
a-
he just
he's
let
not a
them roll.
black
If he
star.
was just like, I don't.
He's a
Don't
black
pay me
star.
enough.
He's not a
I'm
black
good.
star.
I'm
He's
good.
just black. Because I'd have been like, man, I'm out too. I would have. He should have ran sideways. Like, he should have been like, I mean, he ran straight back.
You would have jumped out the window like a stunt.
If he would have
And swung
backpedaled,
the tapper a few times.
if he would have
Yeah.
backpedaled, he could have then came back like, yo, y'all see, I was like swinging on him, but I was like, whatever. We were like, all right, cool. But he
No.
turned his whole body around. That's something like, you can't.
He was up there looking like a conductor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a hell no in the comments.
He was like the chamber
Which,
is
and
this
it's messed up,
way.
yo. It's messed up because I'm with you. Either he should have walked away or he should have pulled a game off, man. You
Yeah.
should not pass. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just like
You gotta pick a size, bro. He literally didn't pick a side.
Nah.
He just
He was,
retreated.
Yo,
like 3 times. Wait, but like 3 times. There was like 3 different
Yeah.
landings. Like, why you keep stopping? Just
I
like
wouldn't have went up
Right,
all them
right.
damn stairs for them. I'd have been like, nah, man, y'all got it, man.
Yeah.
side note,
Taking
I
flags,
live.
taking the podium too.
Side note, I live in DC and I can see the Capitol from my house. They have the
Yeah.
lights on at the top floor, I think purposely so niggas won't try to break in the middle of it. You think you slick? You left the lights on, dog.
yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
Gotta keep the lights on in the Senate chamber.
Like that, man.
Don't want nobody kicking their feet up.
Oh man. Okay.
That's-
What
that's
about
hilarious.
so another fellow podcaster? What about Joe Budden? Is he a black star?
Yes. Yes.
um,
And I don't even listen to the Joe Budden show. I don't. I
I think so. He's done a lot for like black media.
The reason why
Let's come back to that.
Joe Budden, his struggles, his transparency. Like again, this was someone I was listening to like almost 20. His transparency about addiction was new to me.
Yep.
Also, his industry battles is literally all of our corporate, like anyone who's corporate, the shit he went through trying to be an artist is the shit we all go through getting the fucking job. Like the stories he would just tell, I'm like, bro, this is literally confirming and all that weird shit. Conforming, excuse me, not confirming. Yeah. Like that.
And he's trying to give us the game now, man. Yeah. He's on some Joe to that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
True.
I like
it. Yeah.
I'm with it. I was initially kind of like, I don't know, but he had Dr. Fauci on this week, and that let me know like this dude's like that's big. Like I don't think Dr. Fauci is going to bang with everybody.
That's and huge. Joe Budden has fucked everyone. And I'm old enough where if I was 20, I'd be like, man, fuck him. But when you old and married, you like, go ahead, young player. Like y'all every time, y'all like, go get it. Like Joe.
And he fixed his teeth.
He got new teeth.
Got the new teeth.
Joe's.
He got the Jim Carrey mask teeth.
He does.
Allegedly, Terrell was saying, didn't he beat up his girlfriend?
Allegedly, he did, which we have to look into. Allegedly, he sat on her.
Right.
That was the story with Esther Baxter.
I think they dismissed that.
Allegedly, they did. That is something. I don't. But was it? Was it?
He said it wasn't.
It was one,
and it was dismissed in court.
Yeah,
but
I don't. That is something we got to take in legend. But I thought the case went away because it was I don't so. No.
Well, that's what I try to put him in the podcaster bubble, but Joe Budden as the person. Okay.
Yeah,
because we do separate sometimes.
He does use his name. He does use his government name.
Either way, so Joe, I guess Joe versus Joseph, but I don't know.
Yeah.
DJ Academics, is he a Black Star?
No, get him out of here, bro.
No.
Wait, let me ask you: Is he an actual DJ?
He like DJ'd once.
I don't even think so.
He DJ'd once at a college party or something like that way back when. That was about it.
Were his hands up? Because you can't do that if you're a DJ.
It might have been. I don't know, but he just be media academics. No. But the side note, also going back to what Survival was mentioning earlier, do you guys think there is a certain bias with Black media? Because even so, everybody just said get academics the fuck out of here. Which sure, right? But who are the Black media folks? Joe Budden, academics, Charlemagne, and who else? I feel like they've had a few conversations where they talk about how Black media does not get the same respect as white media. No.
In terms of what though?
Like
in regards to
like.
Are we comparing those guys to a Stone Phillips, or are we comparing those guys to an Adam 22?
Well, not Adam 22, but we'll just say other like hip hop, like other white media willing to cover hip hop. I won't say in comparison to like Walters. You know what I mean?
Are you asking
DJ? None of them do. You're talking about rap?
We ain't talking about Vlad.
But
you're talking about Rosenberg or something, and I don't care about what none of them dudes had to say.
You said so if you compare it to a Rosen, I think the difference is this. Black people don't know how to be like Black media. They don't know how to be fans anymore. When we were growing up, the Black people who wrote in magazines were on TV. Like when we watched Rap City, they were fans of the artist. Big Tigger was a fan of artists. Yeah. Joe Clair was a fan. Joe Budden, Charlemagne, DJ Academics. There's so many clips of them shitting on people, which was new.
Everyone.
No one did that. No one would pull artists and be like, yo, that dude, except for Star. Star started all that. But right. Yo, you're whack. I hate you. You suck. No one was doing that, bro. Everyone was an actual fan. And I think the difference is they're seen as peers. They're not seen as outside the box, because the reason why they're so popular right now is because of all that bullshit. Joe Budden has worked really hard to get where he is. I can say the same thing about Charlamagne and all those other guys. But if you look back at the most clickable moments that they have, it's probably embroiled in some kind of argument or beef. And I think that's the difference. They didn't mind it at the time. Didn't that dude fight Consequence on Love and Hip Hop? It's like it is what it is.
It wasn't much of a fight. He got in the back of the head. They tried to fight in the street. But yeah, that was a whole mess. Okay. Who we got next? How about St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter? It's his birthday today. Is he a Black Star? I'm just gonna say because Central. So yeah.
I gotta give it to him. He's a mayor of a large American city, and I went to elementary school all the way through high school. So shout out to Melvin.
Shout out to the mayor.
If it was Minneapolis, I'd say yes, but
Is
We
Daniel
don't get
Cameron?
the fuck off this shit right now, dog.
Yeah, we're not gonna do St. Paul. Right?
that
we're
was
not
for the
doing
House
that.
of Pain. That was for the House of Pain.
Terrell's no wait, Terrell's not from St. Paul. Terrell said that.
A-Quil, you
Where's he
have
from?
Daniel Cameron on that list. Is he a Black Star?
He actually was he was next.
Oh,
Wait, is he?
Yeah, that was literally my next
He's
person.
a white star.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man,
he
yeah.
is.
Daniel Cameron is not. You seen the facial, non-facial hair, and you seen the non-lineup.
You knew what it was when he pulled
no
up.
facial hair, no lineup. Get him out of here.
One of the biggest coons of all time.
Top 5 that are alive for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah.
understand. I
Rest
understand.
in peace, Breonna Taylor, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So these next few I'm asking just specifically pertaining to their 2020/2021 identity. So not their past. Benzino. Is he a Black Star in 2020, 2021?
Yes.
Right now,
Hell no.
Yeah.
not taking anything else into account.
No.
What-
Just
what-
yeah. Right now.
Just
like 2020.
just from 2020 to 2021.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he need
He
to
is?
cut it out with auto tune, but yes.
No, wait. You mean musically?
No.
Him in totality.
Oh,
in
he's a
2020,
star.
2021.
That dude
In the
said
culture.
cracker on tape. if out of everything that's happened to Black people over since like 1400, the fact that there are still folks who are scared to say words like cracker because of backlash, kind of a pussy. This is everything that's happened to us: the burnings, the hangings, the slavery, all that shit. If you're still nervous about calling somebody a cracker,
Hey, even that
Come on.
the dude on the DC
That
stoop
dude
said
said-
cracker.
that dude Benzino went off. No one goes off on Eminem. Y'all keep it real. Snoop was the first person in forever to criticize Eminem that's prominent. Benzino went off on Eminem, the industry, all kinds of shit. He literally came out on Queen's Flip, shout out to Queen's Flip, and said that because of his criticism of Eminem, his son lost a record deal. Pretty much just got the exit door. So when he rehashed all that, I mean, he could have just been like, "Nah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do it." But I give him the star for that, bro. Eminem's on some bullshit sometimes, and I give him credit for calling.
I respect everything that he said, but he ain't no star.
Yeah,
man. He
I
get
mean-
out of here. He get a 2 for impact, man. Nobody listen.
Made men. Yeah.
He's up.
All
He's
right.
a star, bro.
All right. 2020, slash 2021. Is Diddy the Black Star?
No,
Really? I thought you were gonna say
he-
yeah.
I give him a Black Star for hugging.
he picked up yo, Diddy picked up a grown man. He picked up a grown.
Why?
He
Why
picked
did
up.
he do that?
He picked up a grown. He picked up a boxer with his bare
boxer,
hands.
someone who could beat his ass.
Lifted that.
Devontae
Let
has to
me tell y'all. If any one of you ever lifts me up in the air to if my feet kick up, if my feet kick up like my husband just came home from work and I'm excited, my feet all kicking up, then everyone dies or I die. If you pick me up, I'm like, just kill me. Just kill me right now.
If I'm not shot or passed out, don't pick me up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, even if you're shot or passed out, you're going to ask them to pick you up a different way. He
Very
hugged this
different.
dude and lifted him up.
He gave
And-
him the belly.
Rubbed
Yeah.
his
He hit him
back,
belly to belly.
Yeah.
and the dude walked away. So when he walked away, he got it. And it was like, "Yo, Javante, what's up?" He was just like,
He was like, I got it. Yeah. Someone call me an Uber, please. I gotta get.
"That's
out.
one of the
Oh,
moments you
man.
remember growing up, and you're like, bro, that was not okay. Like he's gonna be on Ayanna. Like I should have.
Oh, okay. All right. In 2020/2021, how about Mos Def? Is he a Black Star?
I don't even know what did he do? I didn't think I heard. I didn't hear about him.
No, he might have did nothing, or he might have did something. But I'm just saying, in 2020,
You know what?
2021, is he a Black Star?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
I mean,
I'm
probably.
gonna say yes.
So yeah,
He was in Africa, right? Yeah.
He was back and forth.
the clock. Hey, he's on the clock though, man. Some of
Didn't
these
he punk
dudes,
out?
man, you ain't did nothing in like 15 years. It's
Didn't
Right.
Mos Def
That's-
he on the
that's
clock.
true.
Here we go. I know where you're going, Joe. Say it.
Didn't Mos Def like say he could beat any rapper, and Lupe was like, "All right," and he was like, "Nah." I was in there.
I seen that. I was like, yo,
He didn't
what?
want to smoke. He didn't want to smoke with the
Mos
aliens.
was like, "Nah, I wasn't saying like what I was saying."
I
was
meant
like,
I ain't mean you.
I meant like trap rappers, not like.
Yo, he hit Lupe with the Hotep hands real quick. Like, what I'm saying, brother, is damn. Okay. What about 2020/2021 Talib Kweli?
no.
No, absolutely not. No.
Why not? He has his own website. You know, I mean, he don't need Twitter.
Yeah, it's called X Videos.
Yo, Kweli is such a lame. Like he doesn't realize, like
Damn.
if any whoever's watching this right now, you don't win arguments with women. You don't. You either shut the fuck up or you go to prison. This dude's trying to play the middle ground where he thinks he can say what he. But that's not how it goes. She black. You lost. Give it up. Like give it up. And he keeps on trying to get his point across. It's like, bro, even though you're right, you're wrong.
Tries.
You lost. And Kweli,
He tries.
I think Kweli. I think the difference. I think Kweli understands that, like the stuff you're talking about, Alibi. Like when we talk about impact, I think Kweli wants more. Wants more of the reception. I feel like he wants more respect.
Yeah, he want to be
What's
pop.
more than a two.
It is like, bro. It just sorry.
He want to be pop.
Doesn't that further my point though, Alibi?
No, it just means he's a pussy, man. I don't know. Like,
Yo,
that means he's soft, man. Like, quit having like, dude. He is a legend in the space that he's in, man. Like if you're a street ball legend, you can't be mad that like the NBA fans don't view you as like an NBA legend.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Rucker fuck with you.
Like, yeah, like and rock with the people that rock with you, man. He can't come to St. Paul though. He burnt up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nah.
That's right. He's banned.
Meta.
It's a meta.
Where you at, Meta? My guy. Yeah, Terrell said he jumped off the stage and you can't kick somebody in the chest. Funny story. I'll admit this in person. It's sad to see him go. I mean, I got love for him somewhere, but it's like, damn, bro. But one of those concerts, I'm out myself. The Spit Kicker, okay player. We were at First Ave. We were in the front. I got pushed to the front, and Pharoah Monch, Kweli, Mos, Autumn Cass was there, and they performed Simon Says, and that shit went bananas. So then at the end, they did an encore like that. We weren't expecting, Twin Cities to go up like that. We're gonna do this shit again. So they did it again. We went fucking crazy. I think it was Kweli, but I don't remember. It might have been him. But people started stage diving off the shit. I think it was him. Jumped over. I'm in the front. He jumped over me. I got kicked in my head, like right here. I had a freaking Tim scar on my forehead. But yeah, for like a few days. So
At least
Battle-
it
battle-
wasn't like,
So you got beef with Kweli. That's what you're saying.
at
I
least it wasn't
should,
like
but I
Keith
got
Murray.
a picture with him.
Y'all caught him, right?
Keith Murray, man.
Hey, that concert was crazy, man.
That concert was good as
we
fuck,
thought
so-
First Ave was coming down.
Yeah,
Like, it
that
was
shit was
wild.
good. So that was fun. Who else we got? It's Sarah J. Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. It's Sasha Banks. She's a WWE champion. She has Boston and Minnesota ties. Is she a black star?
Does she have LA
I don't know
ties
who
too?
that is.
I'd say yeah.
Snoop's her cousin.
I don't know who that is. No star from me.
You a hater, man. She a black star. Survival, you're correct, because that's my next one. She is cousins in real life with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, she gets
Snoop
a star
Dogg was
from
just
me.
on Snoop Dogg was just on AEW with like the worst splash of all time from the top rope. He should stop wrestling. But with that said, it's Snoop Dogg, a black star.
Get your
Snoop,
lame
yeah.
ass off.
He went Snoopafly, snuck on him off the top turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Dude, he did, and he super lied. He landed on his feet.
Did he go off the middle turnbuckle? I know
No,
he didn't go off the top.
He went off
No,
the
he
top.
went off
the top.
He looked like Bambi with his legs shaking.
He did.
He jumped off.
Mad
He
wobbly.
landed on his feet first, and then fell to dude. It's like, come on, Snoop. You don't get
No,
your
I'll
old
give-
ass
I'll
from
give him
out
a
that top
star.
rope.
I'll give him a star for that for the attempt and for the Eminem thing.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't get on the middle turnbuckle, man. That's a star for me.
He got on the top, man. Yeah, and he shot back at Eminem, man. So Snoop is black star. All right, well, the last person of the segment, we're done after this one. Our last person is Survival, a black star.
Yeah, I give my guy a Black Star, man. I rock with it.
Yeah.
We'll let the audience decide. Audience is survival Black Star after today's episode.
Hey man, I only buy black. I only buy black, so shit.
One take does not define a man.
Fuck with me. No, it does not. And
Not
it was
at
the hottest of takes.
The wrongest of takes.
I've seen a couple people talking about unsubscribing to us, canceling us.
Nah, we need all the follows and all the likes.
No,
Yeah.
please, baby, please don't do that.
No, that was damn. We went 17 minutes over. That was a great episode, you guys. Anything else you guys want to say in closing and wrap up before I start sending all the socials and all that and get everybody out of here? This was
I think
fun.
I gotta start changing my scores. Apparently,
I think it was nice to do Black Star on a very white week. White people have ruined the word patriot, which is weird. Like it used to like mean some other shit. Now that shit means I'm about to blow shit up. So y'all ruined the word freedom, patriot, and I can't rock the American flag because I look fucking crazy if I do. So
or the Georgia flag.
Yo, if you're the fact that someone purchased
Did you see the
Georgia flag
the
as the
country
country, not the state, is the dumbest thing ever. Some of the dumbest people ever. Like people don't understand how many stupid motherfuckers. And I'm glad we talk about Black Star because this is a lot of dumb motherfuckers in this country and in this world. And unfortunately, if COVID doesn't run its course, we're gonna have to live with these people. So
we ain't got to stay here and do it though. Word to the Black Star line, Black Star, Marcus Garvey. Like,
hey, let me
a
tell
week
you,
like this, I'm like,
Ghana's
look,
lit.
let's get it.
Bring us
So
home.
y'all gotta like and subscribe and follow so that we can get some bread and we can all do this maybe next year from Ghana. Relocated, expatriates,
Cape Coast Castle,
expatriate liner notes.
Facts. Well, yeah, in that meantime, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Another live episode. This was a live one for sure. Liner notes, and you can find us at. We are on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube. I'm sorry, you're watching this on Facebook, but it's also be on YouTube. Our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handles are the Liner Notes 79. YouTube is still that nasty, ugly one. We need more subscribers. Like, give us more subscribers so we can get our real YouTube handle. We got a link tree. So just hit that link tree on our in our identification in our bio. There we go. Hit that so we can get that ugly YouTube handle off of us. What else are we on? We're on the podcast drops every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So always make sure you listen to that first, and then you come here to be like, yo, what the fuck? Like that's what this show is for. You listen to the podcast first, and you come here second. We also have an email. So, for any of y'all who are not on Facebook, because I have people who are watching this not illegally, but just through other people's accounts, and they're sending me texts. Don't send me texts. Just get on Facebook, goddammit. Like shit. But yeah, we have an email. So if you want to hit up Survival about his two-take, that is at the Liner Notes Crew, gmail.com. We also are on other social medias and all that other good stuff. And yeah, just find us through the Liner Notes, and then you'll find individual stuff too. That's it, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here. Another Friday. Thank y'all for joining us. For A-Quil, for Alibi, for Joel, and Sir Tuvo. Out of here, man.
Deuces.
Deuces.